Tapi takut. Mm-mm. Okay, guys. Yeah, Miss Alomo, I heard you. I will work on it. So, interestingly, it was just a spur of the moment decision to have the ladies talk. Yes, I've had a long day, but I'm fine. And like I always tell you, we don't stop when we're tired. We stop when we're done. So I have this meeting, so I'm here. So, okay, guys, I think we can keep this off because I want to finish. I don't want to keep you guys too long today, but I just want to try and do this quickly and then we can finish. Um, I think today I'll do a lot more of answering questions, to be honest, because some of the things I'm going to say to you tonight about marriage. So today we're talking about marriage. I'm okay. I'm just tired. Some of the things I'm going to be saying to you are things that you probably heard me say, or if you've read my blog over the years, I've said them there, or if you've heard Pastor K teach, um, there you probably heard them. So there are things that that I just want to reiterate, I guess, and then um, answer questions. I feel like I just want to give you a chance to ask me anything. That's part of what mentoring is, being able to answer your questions. So I just run through a few things that I have, lessons I've learned about marriage, just a few things, and then I can just answer questions. So don't worry, my energy would, when we get into it, my energy will pick up. So don't worry about how I look I'm just tired. There's absolutely nothing wrong. Okay, so first thing, probably start taking notes. First thing is something that I put up a few days ago as well. One of the things I've learned about marriage is that it takes two good eggs. If you marry, like I said, if you marry rubbish, you will end up with a rubbish marriage. So it literally takes two eggs, like frying an omelette. If you have two eggs and one is bad, no matter how good the other one is, the omelette will turn out bad. So it takes two good people to make a good marriage. Or when I say two good people, I don't necessarily mean two perfect people because you will never find anyone who's perfect. But you will have two good people who are willing to give everything that they have to the marriage. So marriage, like making an omelette, starts with the quality of the people involved. I was going to say the quality of the eggs, but the quality of the people involved in the marriage. If one person is great, loving, kind, patient, forgiving, and the other person is mean, selfish, abusive, the marriage can't be good no matter how great one person is. So it takes two people. So if you're not yet married, I think that's where you can actually make adjustments. When you're married, if you call me, the only thing I can tell you is pray, which everybody else is doing, But if you're not married, you can make that choice, of who you marry and making sure that that person has all the qualities that you're looking out for. And then you also make sure that you have all the qualities you're praying about as well. Because if you are a horrible person and you marry an amazing person, marriage is still going to be bad. Okay. So the first thing I've learned about marriage is that the quality of the people involved determine the outcome of your marriage. The second thing is the fact that marriage is a covenant; it's not a contract. So today I was at a wedding. Two very special people to me, very very special. Um, they got married today. We were their counselors, marriage mentors, literally. So I had a great time. Months, many months, talking to them and walking with them on the journey. And today I saw them walk down the aisle and get married. I mean, saw them literally with them. So it was just such a beautiful sight. But then it occurred to me that, one of the things we had to establish from the very beginning with them is the fact that marriage is not just a contract. It's not just two people coming together to say, oh, I do. And then if it doesn't work, I'm out. That's what a contract is. You can always find a way to break a contract, but a covenant is not like that. And I was just thinking to myself that God just has a way of doing miracles. You know, Marriage may look like, a wedding ceremony might just look like fun, 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 because there's lots of dancing. And, they're young people and they had so much fun and they had so many friends and all of that. And I was just thinking to myself, this is not really what this is about. It's the miracle of God making two people one. that they're literally now one person. Excuse me. You know how two of them come and they die and then they resurrect as one person. As when the Bible says that you leave father and mother and you will cleave to each other and become one flesh. It means that you become one person. Now, when it comes to covenant, um, it means that you can literally die for that person. Like you're one. It's not just something we can get out of. It's the only way to get out of a covenant is death. One person has to die. If you break the terms of the covenant, one person has to literally. So it's how how do I explain it now? When the Bible says that the man is the head, you know, like how Christ is the head of the church and we are his body. The only way, see, when you have a head and a body, the only way you can separate the head from the body is actually death. But a lot of people don't know that these days. So they get into marriage and think if it doesn't work, I'm out. That's not what marriage is. Marriage is if it doesn't work, that we have to work it. There's no way out of this. So I'll tell you one of the ways that this became real to me. So when I was getting married, my eldest brother, who by the way is a drama king, if you ask me, my eldest brother, we're weird like that in my family. So now that I think about it, so my eldest brother called me and said, "Oh, I see you. I still say, we speak pidgin to each other. My mom tried to make us speak English, tried everything, but somehow that's entered our body and just became a lingua franca in that house." So my brother said to me, he said, "I hear say you don't bring person you won't marry." I said, that guy will come here. Kingsley. I say, you don't decide now. I say, so yeah, come, I'll show you something. So he said I should follow him upstairs. I followed him upstairs. And we live smack in the center of my parents live smack in the center of their street. So if you see my parents' balcony, you can see the beginning of the street to the end of the street, literally. And I mean it literally. So I got upstairs with my brother, and my brother he said, "You see this road right there?" And I said, "Eh." He said, "Mm-mm. This road way dey here, this road way the front of this house. You dey see him?" I said, they see him. He said, "Mm-mm, you know they see him." So I was looking at him confused. My brother can just is going somewhere. We first go to Sokoto and come back. So he said, "You know they see him." I said, "Road dey here." He said, "You know they see him because road no dey here. As you don't come up for this house, this road where they see for here, you know dey." So I say, "You dey see the road?" I say, "I know they see him." He say, "You know fit see him because as for this house, no man will bring you back on here until they hear me." I say, "Okay." And it hit me really that saying I do means literally walking away from my mother and my father, and I'm cleaving to this man. I've chosen to become one. I'm starting a new family. I think the problem with most times is that we don't really see what we're doing as a big deal. Why a lot of times when girls get engaged, yeah, I might say congratulations to be polite, but I'm just thinking, I hope you know what you're getting into. I hope you know that this is it. Like this is, I know the world has diluted marriage and made a mess of it, but if it is marriage the way God planned it, then it's covenant. It's not just two people who are friends. If it doesn't work, we'll see how this goes. It's not relationship. Marriage is covenant. It's not contract. It's not you. These are the terms of if you do this, then I do this. Mm-mm. It is you saying, "I'm literally forgetting who I am to a new person with you." It's a mystery and it's a miracle, a beautiful miracle. If two people can actually work together, it means there's no more my in that family. Everything becomes our own. The children, it's our hmm, it's our car, it's our money, it's our body. So those I'm really tired. It's our body. If he wants the body, he's to use the body. It's our body. It's our decision, it's our car, it's our parents. So things like I don't like my mother-in-law, it's our mother. That in-law is confusing you. It's our mother. We now have two mothers as opposed to one. We're merging now. We're now become one person. It is our debt. So if he's in debt, it's our debt. If he has liabilities, it's our liabilities. If he has assets, it's our own. Because a lot of people say those is we're a covenant, so it's own. But when there are problems, you say, I don't understand. See, when you can't have in covenant, you can't have only the good though. In covenant, anything that comes with it, you are saying, I'm here for it. And you see, that's we don't really understand when God says in covenant with us. He's in covenant with us, meaning that bad as we bad, he's not going anywhere. Do you understand? He's not leaving, he's in covenant with you. If you mess up, he's there. If you get until you get it, he's there. And most times we can't even what we bring to the table may not even be anything. What am I saying? May not. It will not be anything compared to what God is going to give us. And sometimes that's how marriage is. Sometimes you might be the one giving, but this is covenant. So that's why I don't really like people into marriage lightly. I'm also not one of those people that campaign for marry. Yes, I say your biological clock is ticking. So yeah, I'm married, but I'm not one of those people that will tell you marry, just marry, don't just marry, because what you are doing is you're signing away your life. And I'm just saying, I'm not. I mean, I'm talking to the women today, so it may seem like, but I mean, on both sides, both of you are signing your life away. If you marry somebody who's a demon, you're married. Do you understand? That's what covenant is. So you don't just walk down the aisle because I want to have a beauty. Everybody thinks I'm beautiful. You have a wedding planner. Your name is all over the place. Your hashtag is everywhere. Your friends are doing hashtags on Instagram. Everybody, your girlfriends have planned the dance they're going to do. They just married. And let me tell you the beauty of the thing is that if you marry someone who gets it, hey, my sweet. If you marry somebody who gets it, you know that you don't have to worry about anything because you constantly have someone who has your back. So if there's problem, you know that you're not going it alone. I'm not alone. I'm never alone. That's what marriage is. I'm never, and I don't just mean physically now. I mean there's someone in it with me. We're in it together. If I have a problem, someone in it with. If I have a bill to pay, he's in it. Is our bill. If I go out and bring blessing, it's our own. Is it if I go and bring blessings, it's our own. So it's God giving us an opportunity to have somebody who goes the journey, who can never back out. And so that's why God says, this person is with you. That's what covenant really is. This person is with you. He doesn't get to back out. And he's here to give rest. Which means that even in your worst times, you can be vulnerable. God expects us vulnerable because the person he has given to you can't go anywhere. Any I see me go take me because it's not going anywhere. He has sworn to this. So that's why we say what we say what we say on the wedding day. They're actually vows. They are vows. They're not just words. They're actually vows. So marriage is a covenant. The two of you are one. Another thing that I found out about marriage. I'm not really talking lessons. I'm just saying things that I know about marriage. Another thing I know about marriage is the fact that God is one that ordained marriage. So marriage must be done God's way. If you don't do marriage, if marriage see what I might see what I might. I hope you're Pastor K, being the Pastor K that is. Okay, so sorry guys. So marriage must be done God's way. Marriage must be done God's way. That's the only way to do marriage. If you do the world's way, you can't get the best of it. If you do it, you obviously heard him. If you do it God's way, marriage is beautiful. If you do it any other way, it can't work. The world will tell you to do 50-50. Marriage is not 50-50. Divorce is 50-50. Marriage is 100-100. Marriage is everything you've got. Your energy, your time, your body, your name. And growing up, I used to hear my elder sister used to say this a lot. Marriage favor men, no. Marriage she said a lot. They just marriage favors everyone. But I see her points, because you get married and you change your name. You give up your name. And if you've been building that name for a long time, these days things have changed, so you can leave your name, you can have your name, blah, blah, blah. I remember when I was planning to get married, and I told Pascal I was going to keep my father's name. He said, no, it's not happening. I said, okay, let me make a compound name. He said, no, if you want compound name, take my full name. But now I know a lot of people do those things. You retain your name, you say name and bill. That's not covenant. And see, when Abraham entered into covenant with God, when Melchizedek came to see him, and he gave Melchizedek a tithe of all he had after that war. You know the funny thing? You know what Melchizedek addressed him as? He said, Abraham of the Most High God. You know, that was Abraham Yahweh. Abraham was married to God. So he was known by the name of God. So it's not these days I'm in a covenant with somebody, but I've kept my name. Don't even understand what's happening. Worst case, una two go leave una name, pick one new one, start. But say you owe your name. You can't hold anything back. Marriage is 100. And that's what I'm saying. The way people do marriage these days, it's not really marriage. Oh. The things we're doing these days, not marriage. We're marriage, but it's not marriage. It's not. Marriage is everything. You're vulnerable. You are, and so it's so dangerous to enter with somebody who doesn't get it. It's so dangerous. So you must do it. And one of the ways we know God's will about anything is His word. So what does the Bible say about marriage? You know, you have to go there and see. The Bible says the marriage is good. It's honorable. It says that it's not good for a man to be alone. So it's good for a man to be married. It says that he that finds a wife finds a good thing. So women are good things, not to be treated badly, not to be misused. And they obtain favor. So if you're married, favor is right. If you know, it talks about two are better than one, for they have a good reward for their labor. So if you've been struggling doing something alone, it talks about synergy. If you get someone else, when the person brings their idea, brings their strength, brings their favor, things will move faster. You know, it says the virtuous man is a crown unto a husband. You enter into a man's life and you literally crown him. It says a lot of amazing things about marriage. So yes, people may try to scare you. Don't know marriage, you know, it's because you're marrying rubbish. If you don't marry, and I'm not saying perfect. Listen, don't mistake good for perfect. You know, don't mistake good for perfect. Good is different from perfect. There's no perfect human being. Everyone has flaws. I don't care who that man is. He has flaws, he has weaknesses. And I tell all the time, every man is tempted. But not every man succumbs to temptation. It may be temptation to treat you badly, it may be temptation to commit adultery, it may be temptation to steal money, it may be temptation to lie to people. Every man, there's no human being. Temptation to lie, temptation to manage you. You know what men call managing you, lying to you. They don't want to tell you how bad things are. They just tell you, I got this, I got it, got nothing. I keep saying the men got nothing. You are the one that comes to help him. You bring your favor, you bring your wisdom, you bring your ideas. At the wedding today, the compare was saying that every man knows that he's only the head of the home when his wife says he's the head of the home. And people were laughing. And, you know, and he was saying that ask married men, ask men, anything you're in control of. The only thing you're in control of is your charger. You carry it upstairs, you plug it, you carry it downstairs, but you say remote safe, you don't have. Your children will come now, Nickelodeon. Your wife will come, Z what? I mean, it was being funny, but the truth of the matter is that he kind of has a point. You know, you're no longer your own. You belong to someone else. You know, and the Bible says things about how to deal with that. It says the man is to love his own wife. The way he treats himself, the way he loves his body. Say no man tries to hurt himself. So it's because we don't see ourselves as married. That's why a man will beat his wife, because he thinks his wife is not him. You know, his wife is a different entity. You are one and the same. If you're maltreating your wife, you're maltreating yourself. God sees you as one person, you know. So it just so you know, it's just literally crazy how people do marriages, honestly. It's crazy how people do marriages. The Bible is the manual for marriage. If you check in the if you check in the word, you will find how to do marriage. Marriage comes easy when you study the word. Marriage comes when you're used, because everything God tells you to do as a Christian is what He expects of you in marriage. He expects you to forgive as a normal Christian. Forgive anybody who offends you. Then is it the person you love that you're not expected to forgive? You will forgive. And one of the things we have learned about marriage is that practice advanced forgiveness. If you do not, you will just kill yourself for nothing. Whether he apologizes or not, forgive. Whether he sees you well or not, forgive. Whether he realizes or not, forgive, for your peace of mind, your sanity, and your joy. Forgive and move on. You have to be like God. The way God is with you. See that's why the Bible says that marriage is like Christ and if you can understand that mystery, you can understand the mystery of marriage as well. How Christ forgives us, even He has forgiven us. He has, do you understand? He died and paid the price for our sins. So there's nothing we can do to offend Him again. It's just ourselves we're destroying. So if you say, "Oh, I'm not going to read my Bible," He's not offended. You are the one that will not know what to do with your life. You will be confused and stranded and tossed about like the waves of the sea, just like anybody else. The next thing is that I think is very important in marriage is for women especially, don't lose yourself. Don't lose yourself. Don't, and this thing starts in relationship. So just because you want a guy to like you, you do everything to be the kind of woman he wants you to be. You are. So the guy says, "Oh, I like women that are very quiet." From that day, they will not hear your voice again. Meanwhile, inside you are dying because you need a closed mouth. When you're with your girl, then he now says he likes a girl who's quiet. You say, "What's your opinion?" The thing wants to come out of your eye. Do you understand that frustration? I don't know if you know when something you are holding something back, it's coming out of your eye. You know if you talk. He likes girls that are adventurous. You go and you will say, if you jump from if you jump 2 steps, like you have to take your step one by one. You now want to go and do bungee jump, you would die. Do you understand? You would die because how long can you keep up this for a long time? And you see that's the thing that causes problem in marriage. So you pretend to be someone you're not, or you try to be something he wants you to be, and you are frustrated inside because you can't do this for the rest of your life. You say, "Oh," the guy says, "Oh, I like animals." You say, "Oh, I love animals. In fact, I really would like us to have a zoo at the back of our house." Say, "I like butterfly." You say, "Oh, I'm even a butterfly catcher. I watch butterflies when I'm in my spare time." You say, "I like cockroach." "Oh, I love cockroaches too. I even eat them sometimes." You just be anything he wants to be. He likes you per person and just say, "Oh, I love girls that are confident in their dressing." And see the way this girl is dressed, you can't open your button because and you know that change. Do you understand? You have home training. You know that if your mother catch you outside like that, she will not recognize you because it's not the child she gave birth to that is naked like that. You say, "Mba, because this boy wants to marry me, then he marry you." And you can't keep up because it's not your natural. You can pretend for 2 years, 3 years, relationship. Marriage is life. Do you understand? Marriage is not even a destination, it's a journey. So it's not we're in a relationship to get married. We're in a relationship, we get married, and we start the journey again. So how long are you going to pretend that you don't talk? So what do you think? Anything you think. He can't even hear you. He say less quiet. He didn't say silent. But you because of pretense, you want to kill yourself. He likes girls that have short hair. You know your hair is long, full, beautiful. You go and scrape it. Then next week he'll break up with you. What? I was about 16. I had a friend at the time. She was dating. She liked older men, so she was dating older guys. I mean, older men. I'll give her 10 years, 15 years. She was dating this guy. That time, soul to soul was raining. It's now you know my age. If you know soul to soul, then you are old. This thing people call box braids now. Not lie. Those days was soul to soul. And it'll be long, long past your butt. Yeah. Me? Yeah. So soul to soul was long box braids that used to come down to your knee. So this my friend, and the thing that time attachment was heavy. No. You see them, they've come out. All the old people have come out. So I said so to so. And that time attachment used to be heavy. It's not like expression that they've put inside water. I mean, they put attachment on your head, long, big one like that. You go know say something happen. So this my friend went and did so to so, came to my house. These are her necklaces that day. I said, babe, this hair is fine. She said, that she just did it, blah, 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 blah. I said, how much? She told me the money. Hey, fear. I can't ask my father for that kind of money. Fear never let me agree to do that. I say, I just say it's fine. You know how you use your heart, desire something, but it's fine. You know, say, no be your size. I know that it's not your size in your size, but your size in pocket. I say it's fine. 2 days later, I saw this girl. Why were you losing your hair? She said her boyfriend did not like it. Let me let that sink in. She losing soul to soul. Do you know so to soul is a full day work? It's one full day braid, one full day. And if you have hair like my own that time, they won't finish it that day, it's the next day. Loosened it. Hair that was still paining her, she loosened it. That boyfriend not like it. I say a cool boyfriend. Onu the one of I don't even know where, because I could not. We were 16. At 16, you are allowed to be selfish. At 16, you should not have a boyfriend that can tell you what. If your boyfriend say what, you say what. At 16, that's the time where you can be doing nonsense. Because once you become mature, you will come tone everything down so that you can have good character, so that you can marry. Full day, or God bless you. 4 people placing. One draw you here, another draw you here. And because it's different people are placing, they don't know the tightness. If one person is placing you, when you say, the person is following the same pressure around the head. 4 people, this one draw you, this one draw you, hold it. Madam, leave it. Let me tie the hair first. You say, I'm okay, let me move my. Then the man at 16 say, you should lose the hair, she lose this. They should not. How can you cope? So you date this one, you do so to say it doesn't like. You date the next. After a while, you've even lost who you are. You have to be true to yourself in relationships. Be true to yourself in marriage. You see me as a scatter like this, where anything, well, if I talk, now my mind I talk, I know day for rubbish. I can talk my mind. But yes, that's where I know that there's respect, and I'll never be rude to my husband. But my husband knows me, I will tell him as it is. I will not pretend me I'm miserable. Hypertension will do you, kidney problem, liver. I don't even know what all these things do in your body, but I don't believe that if you are suppressing things, it will be affecting things inside your body. I'm like, what? So people just forget who they are. Give up your job. Your husband doesn't like women that work. You give up your job. Boyfriend, though, it's not even husband yet, because it's boyfriend that translates to husband. And what you do, and I always tell people, what you will not take in marriage, don't take it in relationship. Don't do that to yourself. So he say he doesn't like women that talk. You be quiet. I don't like women that do hair. You stop. You that know that you color your hair, not even that you like to do. You now say you want to be natural. Meanwhile, your hair is sponge. It doesn't take anything. It doesn't take conditioner. It doesn't take water. It doesn't take comb. You say you want to natural because he says, "Oh, I like natural. I like team natural." You know that there's no natural in you. You should perm your hair. Relaxer should be waiting for you every 3 weeks, not even 6 weeks. 3 weeks. You now do everything for him. He will now say, maybe after a while he now says, I can't deal. I don't really like you because I just feel there's something unauthentic about you. He breaks up with you. You enter another one. Because you've forgotten who you really are. You go to another person. You start dating that one. That one says, no. I like career women. You know you're a businesswoman. You know that you don't even have respect to be able to carry anything. You cannot wake up in the morning and go to work every morning. You know that you like that energy that business brings. You say, well, like career woman. You close your business down and carry. Meanwhile, all of us there for road define work. We're looking for you that is the entrepreneur to start businesses so you can employ us. You come and join the people. So you shut down one again. Then after a while, he says, I'm not really feeling it. You end that relationship again. You enter another one. The guy says, I like women who are decisive, women who are this. After a while, because you are a certain way with A, another way with B, another way with C, you don't even know who you are. So by the time you now marry D, we don't know you again. Don't lose yourself in marriage. You are important in that marriage. Keep your dreams. Follow your dreams. Do everything. And don't marry a man who will not allow you follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. Do everything that God has called you to do. Yes, there's time for everything. The honest truth. There's time for everything. All the things I wanted to do, God told me, first of all, I need you to put it on hold and help this man build something. And that was my personal instruction. I'm not saying that's for everyone, but I'm saying that was my personal instruction. And today I'm the better for it. Because I got to practice on my husband's life and on his vision. So now when I'm even doing some things, I do it effort because I've done it for him for years. So don't lose yourself. Don't throw away your dreams. Don't throw away because a lot of women should what we call marriage. For some women, is it wedding or marriage? Which one? Wedding. Is actually the day of murder. Some people kill their dreams on the altar of marriage just because they kill everything God has put in them. Put everything. Marry a man who will allow you shine. I keep saying this thing. Marry a man whose vision is large enough to accommodate your own. If he doesn't have room for you in his life, if his vision is too small, it means your own has to fit into it though. Because it's your cover, it's your head. A man who doesn't have confidence in himself, you go and submit yourself to him. Are you joking? Why? I don't know why women do not value themselves. Don't lose yourself. Don't throw yourself away because you want to marry. This marriage, when you like, tell me what's inside. Don't do that. Don't lose yourself. Don't lose yourself in marriage. And all these things I'm telling you, start from a relationship. Because if you don't know these things, they now enter marriage and say you want to prove your right. You are just causing problem for yourself. Because you deceived the man into thinking this was what he was getting. So if you come and change and try to change now, it will be as if you were deceiving him. So don't lose yourself. In marriage, don't lose yourself. As much as you're building your husband's dreams and helping your children blossom and everything, one of the things I've learned, you need to go and watch my 5 superpowers every woman has on YouTube. Yeah, on YouTube. You need to watch it. You can multitask. Building other people's dreams doesn't mean you should give up on your own. No, it doesn't. We have a lot of on-site, unfulfilled, miserable women. And then when you ask them, say marriage is like that. One of the women today at the wedding said to me, she said, marriage, after I finished, so I preached that. So when I finished, she came to me and said, wonderful message. But she said, marriage is very hard. She said, I've been married for 40 years, but it's very hard. Marriage is hard. And I smiled because a few minutes after that, someone else who's a married woman, who's an elderly woman, was gushing over her husband. I'm very happy and hey, very excited. Marriage. And I'm like, it is the experiences of people that make us think that marriage is hard work, but marriage is sweet. I will never. I remember when my younger sister wanted to get married, and everybody was saying to her, don't get married yet, go and do a master's, don't get married yet, go and do this, don't get married yet, you're too young, you're too young. And she came to me and said, what do I think? And I said to her, if I had known what I know now, that married earlier safe. Because me, I was of the opinion that don't marry. That's how I was when I wanted to get married. I was pushing for Pastor K to push it one more year, and he was having none of that. In fact, he was so not having any of it. He was ready to me. I was like, you're not going to marry me this year, just go your way, because me, I made up my mind. I've told God I want to marry this year. He said, I want to marry you. I want it to be you that I marry. So please, I'm like, okay, whatever, let's do it. When we got married, and I said to myself, why was I so anti getting married early? Don't lose yourself. Let me not talk too much. Don't lose yourself, because I want to answer questions. Don't lose yourself. The next thing in marriage, don't underestimate prayer. You can't do marriage without prayer. I don't know what other people do. Me, I know the marriage without prayer. How do I know that? If you want to do marriage, because I've told you what people are doing is not marriage. If you want to do marriage, really, you must be someone who hears God, married to someone who hears God. And when it comes to marriage, the secret to marriage is it's the same thing that happened at the miracle at Cana, the wedding at Cana, the first miracle Jesus did. Bible tells us that they were invited to the wedding. Jesus, his mother, his disciples, and his brothers, they were all there. And that after a while, wine ran out, and then Mary, the mother of Jesus, came to him and said, wine is about to run out. It's like, mommy, what's your own now? Like, don't put me in this, please. I'm not yet ready. This is not what. And his mother did not even answer him. His mother said to the servants, whatever he tells you to do, do it. I'm telling you, that's the secret to marriage. If you want to have a happy marriage, whatever God does is what you should do. But how will you hear God if you don't pray? How will you hear God now? And every marriage is different. I can come here and rattle off things to you. But if you marry a man who is a certain way, only God can tell you. The heart of the king is in God's hands. I know we focus on the fact that God turns it, but the heart of the king is in God's hand, meaning that God knows the heart. So God is the only one who can tell you how to deal with a man. Only God. So how do you know how to deal with a man if you don't pray? Secondly, complaining doesn't change anything in marriage. Nagging doesn't change anything in marriage. Men are not externally motivated. They're internally motivated. A man won't do anything except he wants to do it. So all the women that are always nagging, husband, I've been telling you, I'll market. How market now? It doesn't work. Let's stop deceiving ourselves. You think because you saw your mother nagging, it didn't make any father didn't answer her. Let me tell you, she will not tell you, but father didn't answer her. The easiest way to get anything done is to pray about it, not complain. And I don't even mean go and complain in place of prayer. Pray about pray about it and pray for your husband. If you're a woman, please note, because somebody will come now and say, why you always say women should pray? I'm talking to women. So I can't be talking to women and say men should pray. I'm to you. And when people bring this argument, I remember when we did praying for your husband, the first time we did praying for your husband, my inbox was full. Hey God, my inbox was full. Why is it people say women should pray? Why is every time people say women should pray? Are men not supposed to pray too? Are men not supposed to? And they just went on and on and on and on. I mean, my first instinct was to tell all of them to go to hell. If you want men to pray, then start praying for your wife on your page. Why you come to my page to shout? I was really not in the mood. But of course, you know how God is now. And so I went to pray about it and I said, God, a lot of women are honest, a lot of women are upset. They're upset. They feel like they've been praying, they've been doing everything right. Why are the men so da, 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 da. So anyhow, I went to pray about it because I actually felt really like hurting. A lot of women are broken. A lot of women have given their all and they've been, I mean, like I said, if you're a good person and you're married to a bad man, you will suffer. It's not based on your own good. Your good don't do anything. So I prayed about it and God said to me, he asked me a question really, because I was having you know, my prayer now. I was having a conversation. So I was talking to him about it and I said, I don't understand. A lot of women are upset. Oh, this one is I should tell them to pray for their husband. Nobody's answering me. Even the ones that are coming with anger. And they're all DMing me. I can't pray. Ma, this prayer point you raised, let me not lie to you. I cannot pray to. And people are really, really upset. And then God said to me, he said, if you're staying in a room and your roommate is a pig, like literally a pig, like very dirty, would you say that because you are the one you clean the room every day, your roommate doesn't clean the room, they're going to stop cleaning the room? He said, if you stop cleaning the room, what will happen? You'll fall sick. Secondly, you won't be able to survive. Your roommate is a pig. Your roommate will survive in that dirt. They're okay with it. That's why they don't clean anyway. But you can't cope. And so God said, you can't say you're not going to pray because the other person is not praying. You need to keep praying. And he said, number one thing you must remember is that it's after your own obedience is complete that I can avenge disobedience. So if both of you decide to be obedient, I'm not going to get involved. And said another thing is a lot of women pray about their husbands. They don't pray for their husbands. So he said one of the things that had helped me over the years, God kind of reminded me, was the fact that I started out like most people, complaining about my husband. So I said, God, he's very unemotional. I'm not sure I like it. I want a man who's emotionally available. I don't know why he's like that. And then God said, you're complaining about it, but you're not doing anything about it. No, I'm praying. He said, you're not praying. You're complaining. You're just complaining to me. That's what I mean. Complaining and complaining to me is still complaining, So he said, so what do you need to do? He said, I need to pray. He said, are you praying for him or you're praying about him? You're praying about him. If you're praying for him, I can do something about it. So I started praying. My husband will be more emotionally available. God will teach him how to deal with me in understanding so that his prayers will not be hindered. I started praying. At the time, my husband was he's very, let's live as sanguines now. Make we first the groove. Now who they alive they save money, and I've always had a saving culture. I've always been a let's save, you never know what's gonna happen to me. My husband is a very we live by faith, God takes care of our needs and blah blah blah. And yeah, that was happening, but I wasn't very comfortable with it. I really wanted to have a savings and investment and some other stuff. So I remember very, very vividly complaining about it for years. And then God said to me, you're complaining, you're not praying. And so I think we need to get to that point where we understand that prayer changes things, especially in marriage. Prayer changes things. Some things that you tell your husband that he will feel like you're nagging, if you pray about it and God speaks to him, of course it's revelation. It will come. And how times Pastor K has come to me and said, something I've told him before. I said, no, I don't think that's what we're doing now. I'm just carrying my wallet. I don't even have power. I save my energy. I'll go and pray about it. And then he'll come and say, maybe like weeks later or months later, I'll say, when something just dropped in my heart. I'm like, God told me to do so and so and so. And in my mind, and on my here is here for me to tell him, God told you to do it. Something I don't intend. I'll just keep quiet, swallow my pride and my words, and I'll be like, oh, that's an amazing idea. I know that's what I love about you. The way you hear God, you're such a wise man. I'm grateful. Oh, God really loves me. He will smile. He has one smile. He smiles. Even though he says he doesn't like praise, but men are like God. They like praise. He will now smile. You know, yeah, okay. My man, I'm like, it doesn't really matter to me as far as the thing is done. It doesn't matter where the idea came from. Underestimate prayer in marriage. You can't even do marriage without prayer. You must pray. And another thing I must warn here is don't try to answer your prayers yourself. Women do that a lot. So you pray and then you try to be the answer to the prayer. Let God work. Okay. Prayer is so important. Um, Another thing is learning. You must learn about your spouse. Someone said it during the chit chat with women. Yeah, said know your husband. And I would say go beyond just knowing him to learning. Learn about your husband, learn about marriage, invest in yourself, invest in learning. I think things are only hard when you know what to do. So driving will look hard until you learn how to drive. That's just how it is. Swimming looks is surmountable, but once you learn how to swim, it just comes natural to you. It's like riding a bike. They say once you learn, you never forget. So it's important that you keep learning, learn different things, learn how to resolve conflicts. Pascal and I have never, and I say that, and I know a lot of people don't believe it, but Pascal and I have never had a first quarrel. Now, I'm not saying we disagree all the time because we're very different, but we've never had a first quarrel. We've never exchanged words. We've never gone, you're crazy, you're stupid. We've never gone to bed, everybody booing you on your side with the side in the middle of the night, he will pinch me, honey. I mean, like, you don't know somebody's quarreling with you. Or he will turn and then I'll say, honey, honey. He will not answer me. I say, you know what's answer me? I'll drop me. I mean, the truth of the matter is that tomorrow, I've seen situations where people quarrel and the next day the other partner doesn't wake up. Hey, my sister, it's better for the person to be there be quarreling with you than make you go die. That's my own result. I believe that if you learn about marriage, learn about to resolve conflicts, learn about how to handle things, sometimes even asking people, asking people questions, read the word, read books, do courses, do go for Pascal, attend webinars. Like we have one we're coming up soon, rebuilding trust. I know a lot of women are dealing with, adulterous marriages where you just feel like I'm never going to trust this man again. How can we make it work? Or the man is thinking I've broken this woman, she can't trust me again, even though I've changed. How can we, do that? Learn about it. Don't be ashamed. If you're going through something, don't matter who they look you. You're going through it yourself. So before you say somebody will not think my husband has cheated, maybe your husband has not cheated on you. What about times that he has broken your trust in when you have planned on money? You planned on how to spend money and then he goes behind your back and spends it, or he invests it, or he. I just said you. Did I see people I just said about how Pastor K? It's not them, mommy. People are, should I give you that gist? He broke my trust. Pastor K, I was in the US having Vida. Oh Jesus. I was in the US having Vida. And for the first, in fact, that was the year that I don't know, for some reason, we had one kind plenty money shine in our account that period. As in, better money. So I was in the abroad now, having my baby, and I was with Dasa there abroad, all of us, And so that period now, so I was shopping a lot because picking a lot weight now, even though I had plenty clothes at home. But of course, I was shopping different gadgets. They say there's something that warms wipes, I will buy. There's something that does one thing, I will buy. There's something that sings something, I will buy. Something that somersaults, I will buy. I was just buying, 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 buying. Useful things, though, not like wasteful things. So I went to the store to buy something. So I got there, bus cough, I'll never forget. So I got there, I was upstairs. So I finished picking the things now, went to the counter, bouncing, feeling like somebody that has money. Hey, got there, gave them my card. The man did it. Phew, declined. So I'm sorry, your card was declined. I said, eh? I thought to my friend, I think your machine they work for you. She said, may they try them again now. And that's what I said. Oh no, please try it again. She now said, okay, I can run it one more time for you. I said, yeah, please. And it again. Declined again. My chest. I picked my phone. It's not possible now. It was not possible. I'm talking millions. You know, understand? Better, like, there's a way you will have money, you'll be confident. Do you understand? You will not be afraid. So I picked my phone, called my husband. Hey, honey, I'm at the counter and I'm trying to pay for something. And see my card is declined. I don't understand. So, sorry, I forgot to tell you. I emptied our account and I sold it into that's by land church. So I emptied our account. I just sold it into my back, my chest, my neck. There's nowhere that wasn't paining me. The top of my nose, everywhere was paining. I said, I don't understand. He said, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to tell you. I said, you forgot to tell me what? He said, no, that I sold the money in our account. I don't want to call the amount of money because I don't want people to fear. But that's that kind of money. Think it. I said, you sold all that. He said, yes. I said, okay. So I just put off the phone. The lady now said, oh, I can put in layaway for you. I said, yeah, no, whatever. I'll be back. No, I begin stammer. So I went home. My trust was broken because here I was in the abroad, not a dime in my account. And then and I'm like, how can you do that kind of thing without telling me? I said, oh, we should not so. I said, that's not what I'm saying. Because that's where you will go with this now that I say we should not give to God. And I said, because I don't understand. What difference does that make? If I tell you that what you say no, I say no. I say I won't say no. He said, so what difference does it make? And I can tell you before, I can tell you after. I'm like, you know what, whatever. Like I said, but I'm here. I don't have any money. And the kids, I said, don't worry, you'll be fine. God will take care of us now. I was saying, I just tired. Do you understand? So even that one follow for the rebuilding trust. Me, self, I'm waiting for that webinar to know how to rebuild my trust in you. I'm joking. But I'm telling you, it doesn't always have something negative. It could even be that his sister spoke to you somehow and you expected him to do a certain thing and he didn't. Because when you hear that rebuilding trust, some people just say, now people they don't cheat on. I said it, her husband is summer. What did you say? How do you know? So just go learn whatever you need to learn. I mean, during the singles conference, talked about sexual, but I'm here for the married women who are cheating on their husbands. God will punish you. I know you didn't see that coming. God will punish you. You have a husband and you are sleeping with other people's husband. God will punish you. I'm telling you, there's no way around it. Your womb will close. You have fibroids. This is Bible. I don't have time to read it. It's there. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you're married, you're married. Forsaking all others, you are married. I'm not even going for the single girls. Today is the married women that I came for. So many married women sleeping around. God will punish you. Do you understand? Because you are greedy. You are greedy and you are wicked. You want to be enjoying somebody's husband and enjoy your own. Meanwhile, when you go to the altar, they asked you first thing that you say, I do. What did you say? What did you think you are going to do? You will following other people. God will punish you. It's very wicked. Very wicked. So sexual purity and self-control in marriage is important. It's important. When you enter marriage, close your leg to other men. It's wickedness. And you know the funny thing, people don't know one girl that does not close her leg. She's everywhere. God will judge that girl. But her husband is drying like bonga fish. No, I'm serious. And I'm not saying it. I've told her before. Her husband is drying up. Her husband is sick. I told her you are killing your husband. And God will judge you and God will punish you. Say, but it's not like that. It's like what? It's not like what? Why did you marry? If you're going to marry, you stay inside a marriage and you behave yourself. Why do you think my husband doesn't touch me? So you touch him now. Men say they don't rape men. You jump on your body. I don't know what else to tell you, but even if you can't go and destroy somebody else's home, marriage works when there's sexual purity. I'm not here for the men. One day I will face men and I will use Pastor Case this and advertise the meeting. Then they will all sit down, then I will appear. Then I will tell them my mind.
All of you too that will not allow other people to want to kill your wives, God will punish you. I'm here for you. I'm here for that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Once you marry well. It's this generation. Everything is just the lies of Lord. I'm afraid. Our parents' generation, before you go hear say women had shame. You hear our parents say things like, I don't want to say it in Igbo, let me say it in Pidgin. Bend down for no fit woman. And I'm not really saying it in a sexist kind of way. I'm saying that there's some things that are not to be heard of outside. BJ, we'll talk about that one. No. I'm coming. I'll answer your questions. Hold the question. I'm coming. Let me first talk all the thing in my mind, then I'll be answering your question. No, it's very bad though. It's very bad. Those days, you will not hear it. Even if you want to do it, you will hide. These days, husband and wife, they jam for hotel. As he reach there, come this room, the husband come out from the other room. He said they'll be abusing themselves. Then the two side things they took there, who God was punished, they will not find way to escape. I hate adultery with a passion. I hate it because God hates it. I hate it because I'm an infidelity recovery coach and I know what it does to people. You will see a sane woman, sound, good girl that kept herself, came into my, the man will not cheat on her, cheat on her, cheat on her, cheat on her, question herself, question her, shame. Different things will be happening to her. I'm not giving you that scripture so that people will go and be praying prayer that I'm not there. As in, it's horrible. Oh, it's horrible. Women are now broken. She can't think, she can't function. Women, I've seen them in counseling. When I do personal sessions with because I must have a one-on-one session with the betrayed partner. When I start talking, I'm like, this person does not understand what they are doing to you. They have tumors. Some women have high blood pressure. Some women have sicknesses in their body from something they had nothing to do with. Somebody will now go and carry, the man will now go and sleep around, and now infection for her. Her tubes will now block. Let God, don't you have insight? Your heart should be, feel it. If you're not afraid of God, you can't be afraid of anything else if you're not afraid of God. Anyway, sexual purity is important in marriage. Self-control is important in marriage. Marriage does not stop you from feeling tempted. Marriage from being attracted to other people. It's self-control, and you build it from, you go to come from small with that. When your mother say, don't take that cake, don't go and hide and steal it. That thing, you know, that's why they say a liar is a thief is a prostitute. You've never heard it before. If you are young, you won't have heard it. It's a saying from way back. A liar is a thief. If you lie, your mother will beat you as if you are a prostitute at the court or an old child road. If you steal, they say, don't touch this cake. And you bite someone inside. The way they will beat you, you won't believe it. Because if you lie, you will steal. If you steal, you will prostitute. They all go hand in hand. So when you don't have self-control from small, they say don't touch the cake. You start taking cake. Instead from taking cake, next thing is somebody's husband you will take. Because the way you go chop lick mouth, now so you go chop person husband to lick mouth. God will punish you. You know that purging of cake? You purge it as. Moving on. Sexual purity and self-control. You can't avoid marriage. Stop lying to yourself. I'll just keep one small boy. The small boy to God is punishing him. There's a lot of punishment going on now. Moving on. The next thing, in-laws are a part of the package. I know some of you don't like to hear that. I'm just going to marry my husband. Could be love. It's going to. Then while you are doing next please and chill, you hear pom. You now open the mama has entered. Wetin una say una dey do now? No dey call person. Wetin una say una do now? No dey send person money. For Lagos they enjoy. Now so they tell you say that they marry. New wife will enter house, you know the what? You'll be like, you don't believe it. Like while you're still there, getting over mama to your house, his younger sister will just come. Hello, bros me. Bros, I did Lagos, so I dey come your place. Wow. Then she says, she comes in and then you say, so when is she leaving? Then he'll just say, I don't understand. I should tell my sister to leave my house. I'm like, no, I just wanted to know when she's leaving. She'll leave when she leaves. Corridor starts. Hey, your mom will say, hello? I hear say your wife say make your sister not stay for the house. Go help you say no marry worry why woman. You go hear something. He say, now true say it doesn't make his sister not at the house because she won't even ask her son. It's you. You will pick the phone to greet her. Mama, good morning. Make it good though. Make it good. Now true say it doesn't make his sister not at the house. Where you there? When we there? Laws come with the package. Now, the good part is that there are some amazing in-laws. Hey, if you get the really good ones, group. You understand? If you get the really good in-laws, you own done better. You know those kind of in-laws that see, let me in fact, there's one person I'm beefing thoroughly. I beef her thoroughly. Is yo. I beef her thoroughly is my sister Dichi. Her mother-in-law is goals. Do you understand? Goals. Hey, goals. I never seen but I've not seen that type. I'm sorry, I've not seen her mother-in-law that type. I've not seen that woman. I've not seen her type. They are not and I don't know why. Those kind of people, they should keep the mold that they so much use it or the mixture. Even if you don't put the full mold, they should be putting drops of that woman, that mother-in-law. What? Woman will buy shoe, expensive shoe. I say, I this shoe too. Do you want it? I'm like, DJ, your mother-in-law give you shoe. Why? She say, that's what she give me shoes, she give me clothes. I said, why? Why she give me shoes? Why she give me clothes? Why? How many of us take him shoes? Don't much I know me. Then, this I thought they said today is open day. My mother-in-law says she's going. What? Your son has interview in a school. Oh, my mother-in-law is going. I'm like, why? What's wrong? Why? You know, she what's going on? I'm not sure I understand. See, my mother-in-law, let me tell my mother-in-law where she's goals, She could just day small time. She could just think, what I do for now? Send fresh palm oil from the village. Oporoko. Things. Yes. We don't really have that gisting something. When mama throws down, she throws down. She would just send dry chicken, kill chicken, dry, send from village. I'm like, mama, like they sell chicken in Lagos, but it's okay. Send everything, back. Yeah. So, you see, she's on the phone gisting. I'm like, who did you talk to? Oh, no, my mother-in-law. I'm like, I don't understand. Why are you gisting with her? See, they gist now. I'm like, some of us are really gonna beat you up. See, in-laws come in the package, good or bad, they are yours. Now, me when I got married, my mother and I, first time, see this one. Oh God, if I knock your head there, if I knock your God. So first time I met my mother-in-law, very first day, she told me to leave her son alone. Very first day. I don't know that the woman dream me, sleep dream me. She told me to leave her son alone. And it was a shock for me because I've never really had that kind of experience where you just don't like me. Why? Me. So anyhow, we start off well. And me, I can't detach so easily. Like if I try, you give me like this, I will never do. So she blanked me, I blank her. So I tried a bit, buy things. She say she's not taking, give her money. She say, why can I keep in the money? Whatever. If you don't want it, then it's fine. She'll come to my house, Mama, what will you eat? I'm fasting. She'll say, my house 3 days, you are fasting. After a while, I just like, I'm done. So that's what I've done. So anyhow, one day I started praying about this thing. See, the thing said they give person wahala. So I just said, you know what, God, we need to have a conversation about this because you can't tell me that we're in covenant and my mom doesn't like me. It doesn't even make any sense. It does not. And I honestly think Pastor K is her favorite child. Like other people disagree. But hey, he's the baby of the house. So I think he's her favorite child. So I just feel I cannot not have her around. Like it just wasn't working for me. She's like, then God told me to go and read the book of Ruth. I should read about Ruth and Naomi. So I was reading about Ruth and Naomi. Then for the first time in my life, somehow, it just occurred to me that all these things we were saying at wedding vows, my God will be your God, your people will be my people. All those things that we were saying, where you live, I will live. That's not, it's not husband and wife matter. It's daughter-in-law and mother-in-law vow. I'm like, wow, what? So God said, yeah, that's kind of relationship you should have with her. She's your mom. She's your mom. Whether she's acting like it or not, it's not relevant. She's your mom. I so I started thinking about it. And then God said, look at that scripture well. Read it very well. Read the story. So I started looking at the story and reading to me that this woman would have been very unpleasant on that journey. She had just lost two sons, lost a husband, and she was going back. In fact, she was so bitter that when she got back and they called her Naomi, she said, no, please don't call me Naomi, call me Mara, because I'm a woman that is bitter. Life has dealt with me, and blah, blah, blah. She was grumbling, grumbling, grumbling. And all the while, when I'd heard, all, in the past, when I'd read that script, that story, I'd heard it. I'd always heard it like Naomi was telling them, please, my daughters, go back. If I even give birth now, can you wait? I'm saying it for you good. Please go back. I think reading it now, someone that lost children and this, and then these two girls are disturbing my life and following, I want to follow you. It's like, please, you should just leave me alone. I don't even know why you're following. If you're on today, you go feel wait. I feel like that's what she did. And I feel like it must have been the most miserable journey going back to Jerusalem because she was very, going back to Bethlehem, sorry. She must have been very sad and for her to read it and they say, hey, no, me say, call me bitter. I'm like, I can't be around you, ma'am. I can't. But even in the midst of all of that, her bitterness. I mean, have you ever really been around a bitter person? After, I mean, in the midst of all that bitterness, Ruth was still telling her that your God will be my God. Your people, nothing you will do with me. I'm going to love you. And God said that's what you need to do to your mother-in-law. I say, God. Yeah, Mama, I want to do birthday for you. No, I don't need birthday. God, I'm trying here. Meet me halfway. And funny enough, my sisters-in-law and I ganged up on her. We bought clothes for her, did everything. And then we saw a small smile. And then after that, she started giving me half hug. But before we just greet her, hey, how are you? I just, my mom is such a hugger. So I mean, it's a rude shock. A sanguine and a male. So my mother-in-law doesn't have power. She doesn't have power for talk. So me, I don't have. So so I think I'm out of the problem too. My mother, we hug. She doesn't know you. She will hug you, squeeze you. She will dance for yeah. So I've never really had to make an effort. I don't call them. Look, my mom calls me every day. Every day. She calls all of us every day, but so I don't do those things. So imagine not doing it to your mother-in-law. Do you understand? Because I'm spoiled by my mom who does that. Like you know they call person. Sorry, ma. Because when my mom says, if you don't call me, if in fact send me credit. I say I will send you credit. She say, so it's easier to send you credit to call me. Yes, mommy, I'm trying to don't be angry, but that's just the truth. And we are okay. And if you send her that credit that she used to threaten you, she will not call you with the credit and sing till the credit finish. What is all this? So I had to now start working on being a bit more warm towards her. I had to make the effort. I had to become a bit sanguine and try because Pascal was having none of it. I was like, no, you're not going to make my wife feel uncomfortable. No, you're not going to know. If you're coming to my house, tell me. No, he was very. I don't want. My wife is this is my new family. So I had to try to be a bit, mama, sorry, man. And then, of course, when the grandkids now started coming, everything changed. So sometimes she comes, she will stay over, she will play with the kids, so she will harass me about why don't I call. I won't call her. She calls me now. She's the one that calls me all the time, and she kind of getting used to it. So, how you day? She will try. So things have evolved, and that's because I got to the point where I start. In-laws come with the package. And depends on how you manage it. Maybe I'm probably going to do a video on how to handle in-laws and how to deal with in-laws. In-laws, sisters-in-law, brothers-in-law, everybody has their own. Even on my side, if you get them a day. So you just know how to manage in-laws and how to how not to do. Yeah, the grandkids change everything. And apart from the grandkids, if you marry your husband and he moves from being regular guy to being a great guy, he starts doing well, they somehow recognize that is your grace. That's one of the things I've noticed about them, because they understand what it's like to be married as well. They understand the sacrifices you will have to make, the investments you will have to make. And I made it a contact that whatever I do for my parents, I do for her. I don't, there's no, if I buy pin for my mother, I'm buying for my mother-in-law. If I do so like that, so that balance, it makes, so in fact, when she would say, you they call your mama. So I'm not quite sure whether that question is, are you calling your mom, or is it just me you're not calling? So when she asked me that, I said, no, I don't call anybody. So so I would not call my mom, or rather my mom would not call me and say, hey, do you call your mother-in-law? And so she called, we're trying. She not say, be calling her is no good. You people is not okay. Whatever. Calling though, so it's fine. But my point is this: in-laws come with the package. Treat your in-laws nicely. Love on them. I mean, some are horrible, but a lot of them are great. So don't go thinking, put up shields. I'm going to block. You can have a great relationship with your in-laws. Dump your children on them. That's what they're there for. Think auntie is by mouth. Auntie is not only when I've given birth to the hospital. Hey, I'm an auntie. Auntie, please go and carry baby. And then yeah, that's another thing, honestly, that at that time I kept asking myself, I don't even know what my mother-in-law's relationship with her own mother-in-law was like. People can't give you more than they get.